So we finally have the moveset for the 7-star Greninja raids, and this is going to change a lot of people's builds going into this. Let's talk about it. If this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you are sub for more Pokemon content like this in the future. Let's get into it. So I have us over here on PKMNcast on Twitter because he makes fantastic graphics. Steve makes really awesome graphics for this. This is the Greninja that we're going to be going up against. It's sassy nature with Hydro Pump. It doesn't even have Water Shuriken, which is crazy. Then it has Night Slash and Gunk Shot, which are both physical moves. Then we have Ice Beam, Double Team, and Toxic Spikes, which is absolutely crazy because one, Double Team is going to be very scary if you're not playing around this carefully, because it's going to boost that evasiveness, and that's actually really crazy. And then it also has Toxic Spikes, which is something I wasn't expecting because this is actually really good if it knocks a bunch of your Pokemon out. All those Pokemon that rotate back in after their timer's up are going to get poisoned. So there is some serious strategy that you have to think about going into this, and I think I have a pretty solid option. So first and foremost, if you're thinking about team builds and what Pokemon to bring, I have a separate video that I made, and a lot of those Pokemon will still work. A lot of those Pokemon will be very effective. You just have to change their EV spreads around a little bit. Next, I quickly just want to talk about the rewards. I'm over here on Cerebi. We're looking at a bunch of juicy XP candies. We're looking at a ton of Poison Tera shards, and then we have a couple other things. What is this guy here? I'm not even sure. Regardless, you're going to be getting just a lot of stuff. I think this is, yeah, it's Carbo, so you're getting speed stuff. That's really cool. And then you're also just getting, you know, the typical ability patches and things of that nature, which is very nice. Bottle caps are included. Very solid rewards, as always, for the 7-star raid. So the Pokemon that I'm actually opting to bring is Corviknight, which is one that I really wasn't expecting. I thought Corviknight could be good into this mainly because it's so defensive naturally, and it's also like a steel type, so it's immune to poison type attacks. However, I think it's even better now that we know the moveset, because we, for one, could run Light Clay on this and run Reflect and Light Screen to really be a support Pokemon for our team. But the fact that this has Toxic Spikes and Double Team means Defog is absolutely huge into this particular raid. Defog removes the spikes from the field, which saves your team a lot of trouble, and then you also will lower the the evasiveness, excuse me, the evasiveness of the Pokemon, meaning Double Teams are negated. So this Pokemon won't be that difficult to hit because you can just simply Defog into it, which is absolutely huge. So the moveset, like I said, Reflect, Light Screen, Defog, but then the final move is Flash Cannon because I still expect there to be a lot of Clodsire Acid Sprays here. And I think that's going to be a really solid option to lean more into the special attacking side of things. So the EV spread is 252 HP, 16 defense, 8 special attack, and 232 special defense with a modest nature. I think this is going to be really good, but if I want to talk about, just very quickly, the other Pokemon that I listed in my separate video, I'm not going to go over each and every moveset here, but a lot of these Pokemon are still going to be really good. Like Toxtricity still has potential, Umbreon still has a lot of potential, right? The main thing that you're going to want to do is just kind of like split a lot of your EV spreads, right? So like for this, because this is running Assault Vest, you don't need to worry as much about slotting a bunch of EVs into this, and you can max out defense a little bit more, right? Because your special defense is going to get crazy high. Honestly, you could probably even just get rid of your special defense altogether on this particular Pokemon, and if you're running Assault Vest on Clodsire, you could do a very similar thing, where you just kind of drop this and then max this out. It's going to make that Pokemon that much better. Any Assault Vest Pokemon that has a pretty high special defense stat, you can get away with doing this. Other Pokemon like Umbreon's very good normally. You just split it right down the middle and just give the nature to whatever the weaker defense stat is for this particular Pokemon, and then you'll be able to get it in a more comfortable situation handling this. I still think for this particular raid that the best Pokemon are going to be like Umbreon. Toxtricity is going to be really good. I'm not so sure about Quagsire now, just because we know that it's split. It makes it very difficult to want to drop one and lean more into the other. So some Pokemon are going to get worse because of that fact alone. I think Clodsire gets even better. It does still have Ice Beam, which makes things a little hairy for Clodsire, but I still think Clodsire could be a decent option into this with Acid Spray and all that fun stuff, and like run Assault Vest on this instead and change a couple of these moves out, like add Mud Slap or something, and that's gonna make this thing just that much better, right? I think those three are going to be the most solid options, but I think the Corviknight's going to be really fun. Rotom is going to be another one that's going to be pretty good because it has access to both screens. Rotom's looking very nice because it gets Reflect, it gets Light Screen. Very solid option. Again, max that out, go like halvesies on this, and then you can give it a modest nature, honestly. And then that's your build, right? Split these evenly. There you go. That's the build on that. Another Pokemon, and then you run like Thunderbolt and Nasty Plot or something like that, right? Another Pokemon that's looking pretty good is Klefki. A lot of people are talking about Klefki right now. And you could do the exact same thing that I was talking about earlier. Split it and then run both screens. And it's going to be great. Throw a light clay on it. Boom. Right? This is going to be a really solid option for this particular raid. So those are just a couple of the Pokemon that we already talked about. And a couple new ones that are going to be more solid because we're now worrying about more screens. But again, I think Umbreon, Toxtricity, and then Clodsire are going to be really, really solid. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. I know it was super quick. I hope you all enjoy. Let me know what you're bringing to the Greninja raids. This is going to be a really fun event. Really cool rewards as I talked about here. And leave a comment below. Like I said, if you found the video entertaining, helpful, please subscribe for more videos like this in the future. I'm trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by July. I think it's a super obtainable goal, and every like, comment, and subscription helps a lot. Also, check out these other videos where I talk about the different Greninja raid counters. You should definitely check it out. There's tons of really cool options, and I break down a lot of the different Pokemon in this particular video. But then also check out this video where I talk about different counters to Iron Hands in Series 2 VGC. Really cool stuff. But until next time, peace.